Hi everybody, Patrick over Petrie Ford. Here's our very first 22 Ford Maverick we got in. It's an XL. As far as the tiers go, XL, XLT, and Lariat are the three tiers. This one is an XL, but there's some really cool options that this one came with, and I'll go over those with you. We'll check out the window sticker, but let's just do a walk around tour of the outside, and then we'll get on the inside and we'll check everything out. So the Maverick is based on the Bronco Sport platform. Now that's not the big Bronco, that's the SUV smaller Bronco, as it were. Available in front-wheel drive hybrid. That's kind of like your entry level. Now Ford's goal was to get the fuel mileage similar to that of the Honda Civic. In hybrid mode, front-wheel drive, you'll get about 5.9 liters per 100, or about 40 miles per gallon, which is absolutely incredible. With the hybrid, you can still tow up to 2,000 pounds with 1,500 pounds of payload capacity. Now, once you equip it with a full gas engine, the 2-liter EcoBoost pushes about 240, 250 horsepower. Then you're talking about 4,000 pounds of towing, which is plenty for most small trailers, recreational vehicles, and things like that. Ford claims, let me get my wide angle and lens here. Ford claims, I say claim almost like I don't believe them. I totally believe them. But Ford claims that most ATVs will fit with the tailgate down, which is interesting. So obviously they're thinking about the consumer and what they'd be using the truck for. And that kind of brings me to the next point here. If you see the cladding, there's plastic cladding all the way around the truck bed. Ford knows since the vehicle's a little bit lower, people want to access it from all the different spots of the bed. So they're protecting the top layer metal here with some nice cladding. You'll also notice that it kind of does like this roundy thing here, similar to like a Honda Ridgeline, or if you remember, what's the other unibody trucks from back in the day, like the Chevy Avalanche or the Escalades. It had like the crazy thing going down here. It's part of a unibody design for trucks. It's helping for rigidity with the lack of frames and the body-on kind of construction that the F-150s have, for example. Going around to the rear, now you'll notice this is the 2-liter all-wheel drive version of the vehicle. I like the asymmetrical license plate location, obviously to make room for the trailer hitch. Now when we open up the tailgate here, on higher trim levels, you can have a 120 volt, 400 watt outlet, like home style plug, right here with your LED bed lighting. The tailgate itself has a 300-pound capacity, so I can't even say that 2 people could sit on the tailgate. 1 definitely, 2 maybe not. Bottle openers on either side, which is funny. Now, an interesting thing that they've done, and I'm going to try and wrangle this with one hand, so bear with me here. Anybody that cringes, oh, look at that, first try. All right, so I won't do the other side, but what's interesting here is Ford has these other options. So they know that people will be loading different precarious things in this 4.5-foot bed. So for those people that have, let's say, like something that's pretty standard width that wants to be, but it's shaped such that it has to sit on top of the wheel arches. At this height that we just put the tailgate at is perfectly in line with the wheel arches. So, you know, like maybe like a big sheet of wood or drywall or something, you can stick it on there, and it's resting on here as well. It's not just kind of like resting between those 2 points. It has the 3rd point here as well. So that's kind of a neat option to play around with. And optionally, these have like these bed rails, good for like dividers or tie downs. And of course, there's more tie downs here as an option. Of course, that was included in the tie down options that's on the window sticker. So let's go on the inside here. I don't think we've left. Well, actually, what's interesting, check out the rims. This is an XL. XLs usually come with more steely style rims than nicer rims. This is an upgrade. These are 17-inch. Nice looking rim. So going into the back seat here first. Nice fabric seats. And in fact, the top trim level too, even the luxury packages on the XLT and the Lariat do not have leather. It's called Active X. It's like a full synthetic material that replicates leather, but it's a little bit more durable, easier to clean. So I just flipped this seat up with one hand, with these loops. There's another loop on that side for either side. You can see lots of under-seat storage, which is really cool. Now pay attention here. There's these anchor points all over. Here, 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 over there, over there, over there, over there. And there's one in the middle right there too. Ford's idea is, this is kind of like a universal anchor point. And what Ford's doing is they're going to be releasing 3D printable plans to print a slew of accessories. So like tablet holders, cup holders, garbage bins, anything that's useful. And it's they're going to offer all these things on open source platforms. So basically there should be a user community in the near future that will be making their own parts as well and uploading their plans to the internet for everyone to download and enjoy. And that being said, I think it'd be a great idea if we got a 3D printer at our store and printed accessories for customers too. That would be super cool. So again, I'm in the back seat. The front seat's not pushed ahead far. That's actually at a comfortable spot for me. I'm about 6 feet tall. And in the back seat, I mean, I don't know, what's that? 5 inches, 4.5, 5 inches. So there's lots of leg room. And for a compact truck, this is a great amount of space. You got cup holder room in the door here. Of course, you have your accessory availabilities here for cup holders and whatnot here as well. USB-A, USB-C on the side here, and your 120 volt, 400 watt plug. I kind of like the geo shapes in the door panel there. That looks kind of cool. All right, so getting back out here, something else that we can do, pull on this here. Oops, if I do the headrest here. All right, so if I had 2 hands available, I would push these down and I'd be able to fold this seat flat. So for different storage options or maybe large boxes, awkward shaped things, there's different ways to pack your goods inside here. Front seat. Interesting to note, Ford started putting a lot more like just the word Ford branding on the F-150 in cool spots, like, you know, like on here and there and wherever. So they were trying to put more Ford branding inside the vehicle that consumers see, and they've kind of carried that over to the Maverick. So I mean, similar to like the Bronco where they had Bronco bolts, these are like Ford bolts here. When you open the door, you see a big built Ford Tough, so kind of reinforcing their brand. So, I mean, why don't we just go left to right, then we'll look at the window sticker, and then we'll just talk about other options and vehicles in the line here. So, you know, nothing fancy. You know, you got your windows, you got your mirrors, you got your door locks, you got your headlight controls, you got your dash dimmers. This does have the trailer tow package, so this is a trailer brake controller right here. Your typical Ford consumer wheel. So you have your Bluetooth connectivity, your voice commands, and depending on the vehicle, options for like audio controls and things like that. A small 4.3-inch color screen within the dash cluster itself. All of them, even the base model, which this is it, comes equipped with a nice little 8-inch touch screen. Now, interestingly, Sync 3 is Ford's newest sync software. Well, Sync 4 if you get one of the latest and greatest top-of-the-line Fords. That being said, Sync 3 is standard software that comes in most vehicles. On the XLT and the XL, it does not. Sync 3 comes on the Lariats and higher, as for the Mavericks. But what's interesting, this still replicates the Sync look and feel, but you still get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay baked in. So so Ford's thinking was that mostly younger buyers will be buying this. They still have their cell phones. They're highly attached to their cell phones. They'll want to use their cell phones for navigation and everything like that. You can do it all through the screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If this were an XLT or Lariat, you would see heated seat buttons here and probably a dual zone climate controls here. In this case, it's just a 1-zone climate control. USB A and C also on the dash up front. In here, depending on the model and what options you get, this would be a wireless charge pad. In this case, on the base model, this is not activated, but on higher end models, this would have a wireless charge pad here as well. Vertical phone holder as well. Excuse me. The buttons here, I'll start with this one. This is like just like your drive mode. So if I put this up to the dash, you can see that this goes through tow, haul, slippery, eco, sport. This turns your traction control on and off. your auto start stop. This activates it or deactivates it. And this is your kind of like a convenient brake. So like if you're in stop and go traffic with this on, you'd be able to take your foot off the brake while the car remains stopped, and then once you hit the gas, then the vehicle will go. It's handy for stop and go traffic. I admit though, coming from the old school, I am not used to that feature yet. I have to get used to that more. So let's take a look at the window stick here. Like I said, this was a base model, but the base model, let me get my zoomy here. There we go. So you can see some interesting, oh, right. So power slide moonroof. So, oh, here. Okay, buttons again. So it does have a moonroof on an XL. And usually they wouldn't equip an XL with a moonroof. So it's cool. They're putting all these, they have a more open mind, I guess, for putting various options on XLs these days. The 400-watt power inverter, I showed you that one. The 4K tow package, that's 4,000 pounds towing package. We went over that too. The 8-bed tie-down, so that's the tie-down system that I was showing you in the trunk bed as well. The 17-inch wheels. Ford Copilot 360. So what that is, that's Ford's newest system. Most Fords come equipped standard with the Copilot 360. In this case, the Maverick does not come standard with the 360, but what does come standard is the auto headlights, your hill start assist, your pre-collision assist with auto emergency braking, your rear cam, and your post-collision braking. So that's standard on every Maverick. But the Copilot 360, what that includes is, let's see here, pre-collision assist, automatic braking, pedestrian detection, blind spot information system, cross-traffic alert, lane keeping, adaptive cruise, lane centering, evasive steering. So that's a mouthful, and it includes a lot of really cool technology that keeps us safe. Now, the transmission itself's no slouch. It's an 8-speed transmission. I know Ford puts a lot of emphasis and marketing behind their 10-speed transmissions. That's in, like, you know, the Mustangs and their F-150s and things. But the 8-speed transmission, they started putting those in the Edge when they were brand new. And what's nice about the 8-speed auto transmission is the Ford engineers that developed it are very proud of it, and they claim that with the right tuning, it's faster than Porsche's, what do they call it, the PDK, in their 911s, which is kind of insane. So that's kind of cool too. So I mean, we didn't go over the price of the truck, but in this case, with all those options there, we're looking at $35,000 basically for the truck. The base price here was $28,400 for what we see here. So that was with the upgraded engine, all-wheel drive, right? And then the options that go on from there. So all in all, $35,000 for a very nicely equipped truck. Great value. So if we remember 10 years ago, Ford canceled the production, in North America anyways, of the Ranger. And they said, you know, that there's no market for medium and small trucks anymore. So like 10 years later, here we are, the Ranger's back, and now a brand new segment's emerging, and Ford wants to lead in that one too. So I mean, as far as trucks go, I think Ford's got this market nailed down. We should be getting more Mavericks in any day. We do have a lineup of customers who want to buy a Maverick, so if you are one of those, please get your name into us. There's no obligation ever, but if you are interested in buying one of these, we're not going to see steady on-site inventory to pick from for probably a little while. It is best to come over and check out your options, price one out, and order one. Now, that being said, if you do communicate with us at PetrieFord.com, you're not talking to a salesperson right away. When you submit your information, you're going to talk to a nice person named Sabrina. She's our client care representative. She's just going to go over some basics, just, you know, see what you're interested in, if you have any questions. So we get all the preliminary stuff out of the way, make sure you're comfortable, and if you are, well, then we'll make an appointment for you to come in and chat with one of our salespeople. Of course, we're famous for a no-pressure atmosphere. Read our Google comments. You'll be happy to see that we have a no-pressure atmosphere in our showroom. And we're happy to just help customers get the best value for their buck. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you're not following us already, please do so, because I have videos like this coming out all the time. Some are more entertaining than others. I just had one where I looked for every single Easter egg in the new Broncos. And I found some that no one has ever found before. So anyways, food for thought. Let's just end it here, Pat. Have a great day, guys. Take care.